Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the Kentucky Wildcats taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bulldogs offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, Paul.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. It's a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And, guys, this 3rd and long is not exactly how they drew it up. Hopefully it's not an indication of what we'll see the rest of the... Looking for a deep man. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He's got great speed. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense has its first opportunity of the day. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's going to take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Kentucky will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Quickly out to the tight end. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. Now the play fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. And you know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That last sack's not on the line. That's on him. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. The Bulldogs have this offense rolling. It's complete to the right. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And still a few inches short of the sticks as they come to the line for second down. The Dogs are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Might as well give it to him again. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. He'll try to pop the draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Coming after him. Right on target this time. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you've got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll give it to him again. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David, now trying to put something together.
Well, Reese, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to see them very often. Those are not guys that we want to see on the field. We want to do something else and be a little bit more productive offensively here.
I think, David, on this drive, the quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit. These last few drives, looks like he's seeing ghosts. We've seen him force the football. He's missed a couple of throws. He needs to just take a deep breath and play within himself.
Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Line getting set on second down. Keeps it on the bootleg. And they got him for the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Georgia sends out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Whew, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Pulls and fires complete. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Complete to the right. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Fires on the move. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The play action fake. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. He makes the catch. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they're in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12. Going up top on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Touchdown, Georgia! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Memphis is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 11 over Tennessee.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Gets it out fast.
We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Feeling some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You know, when you go dime personnel package, you got extra DBs in the game, so it's harder to throw if you're the quarterback. There's just not as many windows. They've got more guys in coverage. You're expecting to at least have a little bit more time, but your offensive line, man, they just couldn't hold up.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. They'll throw it on first down. A little release to the back. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Motion from the offense. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Time to take a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Took a shot as he threw. After that last incompletion, the offense is now in punt formation. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Neutral zone infraction will push the ball up 5 yards. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
He's got it on the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. It's on target and complete. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They'll leave it with him. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. And the Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He's going to pass on 2nd down. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. From the gun. Wants to pass. Quick strike complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. It's complete to the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man down the middle. Tackled, but he has a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They're going to throw it again. Quickly complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll do it himself. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Here's the handoff. Runs through a tackle. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quarterback adapting. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Using his legs to buy some time. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
And the defense comes up with the sack. And this is honestly not what we expected. We expected this to be a high-flying offense. You know, this trigger man is usually really, really on top of things. This is a day he would love to forget.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to get nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that 1st down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot at maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. And he showed off that stiff arm for a nice pickup on the play. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is even bigger.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal and put 3 points out.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
If they're going to get anything going on this drive, they better be productive here on 2nd and long from the 10. Getting some heat. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. Makes the catch at the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Hands it off. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Smart move to keep it on the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They go to the ground. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Georgia sends out the punt team. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. He's going to pass. Extending the play. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. Kentucky right back to the line. I think at this point you might as well try to throw the ball down the field because this dog defense is not giving it. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going up top. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got it near midfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll put the tight end in motion. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And he'd hope to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.